Yashodanandana Vraja Janaranjana Yamunatiravanachari
Yashodanandana Vraja Janaranjana Yamunatiravanachari
Yashodanandana Vraja Janaranjana Yamunatiravanachari
Yashodanandana Vraja Janaranjana Yamunatiravanachari
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Shivanam Sankirtan Ki.
Jai.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 Narayanam Namaskritya.
Narayanam Namaskritya.
Naram Chaiva Narottamam.
Naram Chaiva Narottamam.
Devim Saraswatim Vyasam.
Devim Saraswatim Vyasam.
Tato Jayam Dhiraye.
Tato Jayam Dhiraye.
Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu.
Nashtaprayeshu Bhadreshu.
Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya.
Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya.
Bhagavati Ruttama Shloke.
Bhagavati Uttama Shloke.
Bhakti Bhavati Naishtiki.
Bhakti Bhavati Naishtiki.
So we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 5, Chapter 4, shlokas 1, 2 and 3 because fourth shloka was covered in the Sunday feast, so we will try to cover up. Shri Shuka Vacha. We'll read the shloka once and then word to word we can repeat. Ataha tham utpatyaivaabhivyajyamana bhagaval lakshanam samyopashama vairagyaishvarya maha vibhutibir anudinam hedamananu bhavam prakrityah praja brahmana devatas chavani tala samavanayathitharam jaggrudu. Shri Shuka Vacha. Shri Shukadeva Goswami said, Ataha, thus, after the Supreme Personality of Godhead appeared, Tam, him, Utpatya, from the beginning of his appearance, Eva, even, Abhivyajyamana, distinctly manifested, Bhagavat Lakshanam, possessing the symptoms of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Samya, equal to everyone, Upashama, completely peaceful, in control of the senses and mind, Vairagya, renunciation, Aishwarya, opulences, Mahavibhutibihi, with great attributes, Anudinam, day after day, Edamana, increasing, Anubhavam, his power, Prakrityaha, the ministers, Prajaha, the citizens, Brahmanaha, the learned scholars in full of knowledge of Brahman, Devataha, the demigods, Cha, and Avanitala, the surface of the globe, Samavayanaya, to rule, Atitaram, greatly, Jaggruduhu, desired. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada. Jai Srila Prabhupada. Shri Sukadev Goswami said, as soon as the Lord was born as the son of Maharaj Nabi, he manifested symptoms of the Supreme Lord, such as marks on the bottom of his feet, the flag, thunderbolt, etc. This son was equal to everyone and very peaceful. He could control his senses and his mind, and possessing all opulence, he did not hanker for material enjoyment. Endowed with all these attributes, the son of Maharaj Nabi became more powerful day after day. Due to this, the citizens learned Brahmanas, demigods and ministers wanted Rishabhadev to be appointed ruler of the earth. Purport. In these days of cheap incarnations, it is very interesting to note the bodily symptoms found in an incarnation. From the very beginning of his birth, it was observed that Rishabhadev's feet were marked with the transcendental signs as flag, thunderbolt, lotus flower, etc. In addition to this, as the Lord began to grow, he became very prominent. He was equal to everyone. He did not favor one person and neglect another. An incarnation of God must have the 6 opulences: wealth, strength, knowledge, beauty, fame, and renunciation. It is said that although Rishabhadev was endowed with all opulences, he was not at all attached to material enjoyment. He was self-controlled and therefore liked by everyone. Due to his super excellent qualities, everyone wanted him to rule the earth. An incarnation of God has to be accepted by experienced people and by the symptoms described in the Shastras, An incarnation is not accepted simply by, how do you pronounce this? Adulation. Adulation of foolish people. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupaha Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guraho Shri Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhano Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya eva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktavrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So here we see this very wonderful chapter of the glories of Rishabhadev. So Rishabhadev is going to appear, or he just appeared, as the son of Maharaj Navi, and it is mentioned here that as soon as he was born, he started manifesting the symptoms of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So such as the marks on the bottom of his feet. So and then this son was equal to everyone and was very peaceful. So, and he could control his senses and his mind and possessing all opulences. He did not hanker for material enjoyment, and endowed with all these attributes, the son of Maharaj Navi became more powerful day after day. Due to this, the citizens and learned Brahmanas, demigods and ministers wanted Rishabhadev to be appointed as the ruler of the earth. So one is that Prabhupada is starting the purport saying, in these days of cheap incarnations. So there are so many cheap incarnations, they're coming up, and then koi bhaagne wala bhagwan aa gaya abhi. So like so many cheap incarnations are coming up. So but it is very interesting. So Prabhupada is mentioning that there is this bodily symptoms that are there, which are found in incarnation of the Lord. So one should check for these symptoms. And then from the very beginning of his birth, it was observed that Rishabhadev's feet were marked with the transcendental signs: flag, thunderbolt, lotus flower, etc. So who knows, like some bogus incarnation also may do some tattoo of all these things in the leg. So there is no guarantee that during the presence of Krishna itself, who is that? Paundrak, he fixed some extra 2 hands and he came as Narayana. And then he was challenging Krishna that you should give up your Shankha Chakra like that. So it's quite possible if they can fit extra hands, tattoo to easily bana sakte. So it is quite easy for them to make tattoos. So in addition to this, the Lord began to grow. As the Lord began to grow, he became very prominent. So this is one very important thing. Generally the saying is there that cream will automatically come to the top. How much ever we try to put the cream down, so automatically the cream will come to the top. So it doesn't necessary that the Lord to be recognized by the people, and then everybody has to give him his position. On his own accord, the Lord will assume his position. So in the same way, like people of different qualities, people of leadership qualities and things like that, they automatically surface up. So that's a natural scenario that happens. That he becomes very prominent, and then he was equal to everyone. So this is one quality of the Lord, Samoham Sarvabhuteshu, and this is one quality of the Lord often doubted upon. Even the 7th canto of Bhagavatam is one of my favorite sections. So where the quality of the Lord being equal is such a great devotee as Parikshit Maharaj, he puts this question: how can the Lord be equal? Because he is killing the demons and then he is favoring the demigods. So this quality of equality. So generally, the materialists, they expect, this person is, given, the devotee is given some favor of protection, and like other person also should be given the favor of protection. No, so that is not the equality. The equality is the Lord is equal to everyone. How they behave, what kind of qualities they have, and what kind of activities they perform, accordingly the reciprocation actually happens. It is not that everybody is treated in the same way. No, it's not like that. Externally everybody is treated in the same way. That's not the equality that the Lord is displaying. The Lord is displaying the equality of He is purifying everybody equally. That is the equality that He is actually doing. So, and also we see that in terms of like in the community of devotees also, like traditionally speaking, like it was the Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya and Shudra were there, and people were knowing their qualities and capacities, and they were happy to be in one of the Varnas and to contribute to the like whole society. And this Kali Yuga's contribution is that artificial competition that actually arises between people, wherein the spiritual advancement is put on the side, and then external equality is talked about a lot. So external equality of man and women, external equality of Shudra and the Brahmana. So everywhere the equality, there is so much of equality. The demand for equality is increasing. Where in the external this one. So, but everybody is given equal right to advance in Krishna consciousness. But that Krishna consciousness is kept on the side. So nobody wants to like really work on Krishna consciousness. Everybody wants to work on the external equality, the external facilities, the external reciprocations that is there. So that's what is prominently visible, and that's what everybody is working on. So one time I had asked one senior devotee. So then he was mentioning that it will take at least few generations of devotees, like devotee's child becomes devotee, and then his child becomes devotee, his child becomes devotee. Then like few generations will pass by like this. So then people will have proper understanding. Okay, I belong to Shudra Varna, and I'll have to work like this only, and I will not compete with another person. So I belong to a Vaishya, this one. No, I will work like this only. Like I don't have any competition with anyone else. So that kind of clarity even to emerge, it is quite a this one, that in Kali Yuga everybody is mixed up and everybody is like, even though they have some prominent qualities, but this artificial competition is quite a this one. And then it is not possible for the the authorities also to equally reciprocate with everybody externally. Everybody like a mature authority will equally reciprocate in the spiritual platform, but then to equally reciprocate on the material platform is completely impossible. So because everybody is different and everybody has different roles and different ways like they contribute, and accordingly they should be reciprocated with. And so that the Supreme Lord is equal to everyone. It's always this one, like even Hiranyakashipu, like he was making this point that Vishnu has lost his quality of equality. Why? Because he has, just for the sake of the demigods, he has killed my brother, Hiranyaksha, who was a very good person. So he was having that kind of a this one, that Vishnu has lost his equality. What is his this one? Like Vishnu can never be accused of being partial. So, but then how did he come to this conclusion? Because he protected the demigods and he killed my brother. So one place he is doing protection, another case he is killing. This means this is like he is partial, right? So in this way, like this is the estimation of the demons, but estimation of devotees is that like when this question was put to Shukadeva Goswami, so his estimation is that so Supreme Lord is pure, and then the demigods want to serve him, so he accepts the service and purifies them, and the demons wants to fight with him, and then he accepts that he fights with them and kills them and purifies them. So in whatever way they approach, he is just reciprocating with them in that way, and then ultimately he is purifying them. So like he is equal to everybody. So that is the way like he actually concludes that particular point. So And the next point is he did not favor one person and neglect another, so he equally favors everybody. An incarnation of God must have the six opulences, that is wealth, strength, knowledge, beauty, fame, and renunciation. So in some of the incarnations, the Lord may make a certain opulence of his as the prominent one, just like Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So Vairagya with the Nija Bhakti Yoga. So like his, it is in fact, it is in the Chaitanya Charitamrita it is mentioned. So renunciation is the key factor that is sustaining the lives of the devotees of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So like that is one aspect of this one is very prominently there. So but then knowledge and wealth and all those things were, beauty and all those things were there. And fame of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is going to be like, ever spreading in Kali Yuga, like, more and more as it goes. And even otherwise also, so Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's fame will always be there because, this is an incarnation of the Lord who has come to save the most fallen, people of the age of Kali. So that is like, greatly famous act actually. So in this way, we see that the Lord, in different incarnations, so like he will have all these qualities, but then some of these qualities may become prominent. And then it is said that although Rishabhadev was endowed with all opulences, he was not at all attached to material enjoyment. So this is also one of the important qualities. So like one of the discussions that happens, I don't know where I read that, so in Srimad Bhagavatam itself. So the Lord is staying as Paramatma, and he is staying as Paramatma even in the hearts of people who do filthy acts, and but still he is not affected by all these things. So the Lord is completely unaffected, and the Lord is not touched by any material enjoyment actually. So one of the aspects of the Lord is that he is Ishvara and Swarat. He cannot be controlled by anybody. He is the controller of everybody. So if he becomes subjugated by material enjoyment, then that means like material enjoyment is higher than the Lord. That is not possible. So like by definition, the Lord is supremely independent, and the Lord is supreme controller. So like he has all his senses in control. So there is for us, like the senses can overpower us, but for the Supreme Lord, all the senses are completely in control. Right? So that is why it is mentioned that one of the things when people actually deride the Lord, saying that he is behind sense gratification, in the form of associating with the gopis and things like that. So then the standard argument that the devotees give is that devotees who worship the Supreme Lord, they lose all the taste in this one, sex life. Then what to speak of the Supreme Lord himself? So like whatever is there in that person, only that we will get. So he doesn't have any this one, so he doesn't have any material enjoyment, propensity to enjoy material things like that. So the devotee also doesn't have. So but then the Supreme Lord is the supreme enjoyer, and the living entity is the one who facilitates the Lord's enjoyment, right? So when we are situated properly in that relationship, so then it becomes, like Yayatma Suprasidati. So this is also one of the discussions we were having, that we may have association of the Lord, we may have audience of the Lord, So like in one class somebody was asking that, it will be nice if Lord actually appears in front of us. So the point is that Lord is actually appearing in front of us in the form of holy name, in the form of the deity. So like if you at all have some conception that Lord, in some 3D form, like he just appears in front of us, something it will be different. So Duryodhana also had the like audience of the Lord, but nothing much, like he couldn't, like Manusham Tanum Ashrita, like he was that he was a foolish person. He couldn't able to see the Supreme Lord, who actually came, Pratyaksha over there. So this goes to say whether the Lord comes like and walks in front of us, or the Lord comes in the form of holy name, or the Lord comes in the form of Archa Vigraha. So it is something else is missing, wherein our darshan is not able to have. We are not able to have the darshan. So what is the missing element? Missing element is the attitude of service. So like we have a relationship with the Lord, and that relationship is of service. So if that relationship of service is not established, so then we will not be able to see the Lord, even though the Lord is there everywhere. So why the Lord is not visible to this one, visible to everyone? So this is also a question like, it is Lord is there everywhere. No, it is you are not able to see. It is not Lord is not showing himself to you. You are not able to see because of the material attachment and the material covering that is there. And when we render service to the Lord in a favorable way, then the Lord will remove the covering of material nature and then we will be able to see Him. Swayameva spuratyada. Sevan mukhehi jivado. That is a very important principle. So we connect with the Lord through the medium of service and not any other medium. So when we connect with the Lord in the medium of service, then we will be able to uncover the Lord. By the mercy of the Lord, He will reveal Himself. So in that way, we will be able to have darshan of the Lord. So otherwise, it's not possible. Right? So those who are able to connect with the Lord, through the medium of service, not in the way of like, He is doing something, so I should also be able to do the same thing. So then he'll become a sahajiya, and he will also get into all kind of material encumbrances. But if a living entity connects with the Lord through the medium of service, so then he will start manifesting all the good qualities that are present in the Lord and great devotees. Right? So he was self-controlled and therefore liked by everyone. So this is also a very important principle. So those who are self-controlled, so they become liked by everyone. So those who are not able to control their senses and those who are not able to be equal to everybody, so such people naturally will not have many likes. So sometimes they'll get dislikes also. Social media ka zamana hai. So people don't hesitate, like they'll just stamp a dislike and walk out. So this is one very important thing. When a devotee works on self-control, so then naturally they'll be liked by everybody. So that is one important principle that we see. And due to his super excellent qualities, everyone wanted him to rule the earth. So this is very important principle. So sometimes Prabhupada says that about the kings of the world. So somebody's, I think Prabhupada's favorite is President Nixon. So people put him in the throne, and after some time, they didn't like him, they pulled him down like that. So it is basically because there is need of a devotee of the Lord, who will be accepted by everybody. So then they can actually be wanted by everyone. So it happened in the rule of Lord Ram. It happened in rule of many great personalities, great kings. Even Yudhishthir Maharaj also, everybody wanted the rule of Yudhishthir Maharaj. Everybody were hankering for the rule of Yudhishthir Maharaj. So like this, we can see that many great personalities, who actually walked in this earth, so who were similar to Rishabhadev. So due to their super excellent qualities, everybody wanted them to rule the earth. And all of them we see there, this Lord Ram, so many times. It so happened that some sadhus came, he gave the entire kingdom, and sadhus say what will we do with this kingdom? You only rule. They give back. So this is also a very important thing. Those who don't want to have control, it almost always appears that control comes to them. So this is this is one of the another symptom of a person who's liked by everybody to be ruled by him, is that they don't have so much of attachment to rule and control over. So then naturally they get appreciation from the citizens. And an incarnation of God has to be accepted by experienced people and by the symptoms described in the Shastras. So not by popular oath. He read my mind. So then he must be God and I should just follow him. And people just read the mind and tell, that's all. And तुम्हारा ये प्रॉब्लम है, सोल्यूशन क्या है? कुछ नहीं है. हमको सेवा करते रहो, सब ठीक हो जाएगा, हम ठीक कर देंगे सब कुछ. So बता दिया ना हम ठीक कर देंगे, चले जाओ अभी. And then next time audience मिलना भी मुश्किल है, and then वो भगवान बन के चला गया. So it is very this one that an incarnation of God has to be accepted by experienced people, not by people who are looking for sense gratification. So people who are renounced and people who are advanced in Krishna consciousness, they should actually certify, somebody as a god, like as an incarnation of God, and based on the descriptions given in the scriptures. And incarnation is not accepted simply by I don't know how to spell this word, adulation, no? Adulation of foolish people. Adulation means what?
Excessive admiration or praise.
Huh?
Excessive admiration or praise.
Excessive admiration or praise by foolish people. So it is, in fact, that shloka. What is that shloka? Mandanam lokaranjanam. Bhagavad Bhakti Hinasya Jati Shastra Japastupas Apranasya Dehasya Mandanam lokaranjanam. So the without Bhagavad Bhakti, if somebody is having some qualities, so they will be, there will be somebody to glorify everybody. Everybody will have their subscribers, and everybody will have their, circle of, I don't know in Facebook what they call, followers. and in Twitter also, followers, no? so many followings and subscribes and views and things like that. Everybody will have their flock of people. Any person, if he comes and boldly presents himself, so there will be somebody to listen to him, right? So, but if they are foolish people, so then their admiration and appreciation doesn't make much sense. Right? So, since we had covered already till 4th, should we cover 2nd and 3rd, or should we have discussion? It's already good amount of time. Okay, we'll have discussion on this. It's a very nice shloka. So devotees can ask any questions or comments.
Everyone has the opportunity to progress in Krishna consciousness, but they don't see at that point. They see externally. So when we come the point of Sukruti, only those who have Sukruti, they take the focus. So how can we understand this?
See, Sukruti is there to some extent. That is how we are there in the association of devotees. That's how we are there, practicing Krishna consciousness. So Sukruti is definitely there. So maybe a little bit of Sukruti is there, so which has brought us to this point. So, but then to go further ahead, we need more Sukruti. We need to please the Lord. We need to please the Vaishnavas. So spiritual master. So that is how we'll develop Sukruti. And when we develop Sukruti, so that more we render service to the Lord, more the Sukruti is developed, and more we get eligibility to go deeper into the Bhakti. Right? So this is there. So simultaneously, with this we have the covering of modes of nature is also there. Right? So when the covering of modes of nature is there, accordingly, we will be behaving. Our material side of existence is also there. So we will be behaving in a particular way pulled by our modes of nature. And then, based on Sukruti, we will also be developing taste for, chanting and reading and, doing devotional service and all these things also. So simultaneously, split personality is there in us. Some portion of us, we are acting on the basis of the conditioning of material nature, and some portion is based on the Sukruti. Based on the Sukruti, we are living in the ashram. We are we are able to get morning program, and we are able to do Shravanam, Kirtanam and all those things, and we are able to preach and things like that. And based on our material nature, we are not able to gel with other devotee, or we have some this ones and things like that. Our ego and various this ones are there. So that's the material side of ours, right? So both the things are there. Both the things simultaneously have to be accounted for, and one acceptance has to come. See, I am affected by the material disease, so I am affected by the 3 modes of nature in this particular way, and these particular things are dangerous for me. According to my nature, I should mold myself, and I should try to work in particular way, right? So otherwise, it will become too much disturbance in the modes of nature, which I have acquired. So will not allow me to be peaceful and function in Krishna consciousness. So that is why this Varna, Varna Ashrama is quite important. Right? So I know that I am I can work hard and things like that. So, and naturally my thought process goes in the level of work, no? So then, no, I should accept that, no, I'm a Shudra, so I should more engage in the physical work. And then naturally my thought process goes in like, money making or something like that. So, or in terms of like in the scriptural, this one, Krishi, Goraksha and Vanijyam. So then, that person is a Vaishya, and he should have work according to that. And if naturally like somebody is like very, very capable of, my definition of Kshatriya is like somebody is capable of, like when challenges come, he feels like it is sweet rice is offered to him, hundreds of challenges are there, he can peacefully sort out everything. So such a person is a Kshatriya. So then he should take up administration, he should like, do management and stuff like that. And somebody who has a lot of desire for understanding scriptural this ones, and then his natural inclination is towards Shastra and understanding deeper aspects of philosophy and things like that. So, and also who has better sense control and like other Brahmanas qualifications, which are there. So they should understand, okay, I have maximum of my symptoms in this particular way, so I should devote myself in this particular way, right? So, and apart from this, whatever the mission demands, like if book distribution marathon is there, so everybody goes out and this one. So if there is a peak preaching time is there, so everybody focuses on that particular activity. So that's there. But then throughout for a long period of time, we should see that what kind of nature I have got, and accordingly I should aspire for. So I should not think that, oh, this person is doing this, I should also be doing this. So then I'll be miserable. So I may be capable of doing something else. Just because copying this person, I'll be completely miserable. So I should understand like what I am, and I should just do what I am, like, So in that way, like I'll be peaceful, right? So it is very important to achieve a material peace, so that like material nature doesn't offer too much of disturbance, in the path of Krishna consciousness, right? And all said and done. So as I was mentioning before, this kind of proper clarity will come in later generations. So, at this point in time, like, we are all picked up from the streets of Kali Yuga and we will have some confusions and, this copying tendencies and things like that. So, but then, we should try to see, by the knowledge, by the proper contemplation and things like that. So this comparison, that's why this particular point I had put in the Gita course itself. This is like very, very hot topic, when this attitude of comparison is discussed, like, everybody's antenna go up in Gita course. So because it's a natural problem, it is there everywhere, it's there everywhere. So that is something that we have to, this one. So the moment we give up the competition, the competitive mentality, amongst devotees, we will be very, very peaceful, and our productivity will increase, many fold actually. So just because of competition, so many things actually gets this one. And one very important thing, any solution for like coming out of this competitive mentality?
This is the misunderstanding given that one should focus on.
So any other tips?
I'm not understanding.
Huh?
Question, I'm not understanding.
Okay, maybe like others will tell you later on after the class.
Assisting the others to do their services. Assisting other devotees to do their services.
Assisting other devotees to do their services. That's a very nice tip. Like not just like appreciating other people, their qualities, and then assisting them in achieving what best they can actually do.
So focusing on the goal, which is Krishna, and that Krishna doesn't see how big the work is or how small it is.
He appreciates any sincere work that is performed. Yeah, so Krishna doesn't compare. So Krishna appreciates every single work that is, every single service that is performed. That's nice. Any other tip?
Can have a one-pointed goal.
Hmm.
Then other things won't work.
Yeah.
Best to progress.
So when the comparison actually comes is when my material achievement becomes quite important. So when I orient myself that I am existing only for the purpose of attaining Krishna, so then that becomes a very important thing. So all other things becomes immaterial. So, like, which matters? What thing actually matters? So, what is my goal? That matters. And how do I fix my goal? Whatever I hear and talk about, that's how my goal gets fixed. No. So I may be like theoretically knowing like Krishna is Supreme Personality of Godhead and I have part and parcel of Lord and I have to achieve Krishna. So, but then if my charcha, no, amongst people is and my contemplation and thought process and things like that, I'm spending a lot of time thinking about no, I should be in this position, I should be getting this, I should be getting that. So then that will be the source of input and that will frame our goal. No, whatever we contemplate more, and that will actually frame our goal. And we will be like affected if our goal is not achieved. Okay? A small child, its goal is whatever he gets, he has to put in the mouth. And if it is stopped, so then he becomes affected. No? So and then little grown-up boys, no, they are so much attached to playing. And if they are stopped from playing, they'll be like crying and doing all sort of things. And then little bit he grows up and then girlfriend becomes very important and relationship breakup he breaks up completely and then like that, so then money becomes important, then different things becomes important, and if that is taken off, whatever is the prime goal of life, if that is taken off, so then the person becomes affected. So we have to orient ourselves in Krishna consciousness. We don't have the problem of depression because so everybody are advised to like focus on the goal of attaining the Lord, and this goal, if one person gets, another person doesn't get, it is not Lord is available, like he can expand himself into unlimited forms and he can personally reciprocate with everyone. So one will get his heart's desire fully satisfied in association of Krishna. So there is no possibility of depression. So the goal that is there, that is achievable and that is doable goal, and it is like completely satisfying goal. Ayatma suprasidati, right? So in that way, like if we orient ourselves towards this goal, so that is also very amazing. Another important thing is that rather than seeing competitive this one, we should try to learn things from people. So if I am not willing to learn from another person, that means like I have a lot of sense of competition and a lot of sense of insecurity actually. So we should see that we should happily learn from people. So this is one of the things also, like we mentioned in our Gita course, that one thing that Arjuna does in front of everybody is that I am in trouble and I need help. Please teach me. This is very, very important. Any person who is sincerely advancing in Krishna consciousness, we will see that they will be like learning good things from people. Anywhere any good thing is there, they will be ready to learn from anyone. So that is a very, very important principle. So if I am not ready to learn, so that means a lot of ice is getting formed, and this is going to freeze me in some time actually. Okay. Any other tip? Huh?
And then Ishavasya principle, like whatever has been set aside for my quota, I should do.
Okay, yeah. So anyway, I'll get whatever is set aside as my quota. And so like, why should I hunker too much for somebody else's quota, right? And I should be satisfied with whatever the Lord gives, on His own accord to me, right? And anyways, like the devotion is what matters. This quantum is already decided. How much I'll be able to be successful, how much big things I'll be able to do, how much small things I'll be able to do, it is already decided, at least materially. So in spiritually also, like the Lord decides, okay, this devotee I want him to be like, in this way, and this devotee, in that way, if you see like many great acharyas came, so all of them are quite powerful, like right from Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj to Srila Prabhupada, all of them are liberated acharyas, like specifically like brought to this world for demonstrating about bhakti. And certain acharyas, Lord decided, okay, they will just be there, in this one. They will just be there, like not recognized by many people. And certain acharyas, Lord decided they will be like world famous. So, and, they are completely fine with that, whatever way you want. And in this connection, I remember very nicely that this one, once Gauranga was mentioning this point. So, in the battle of Kurukshetra, no, Hanuman's service is only shouting. No, and he was asked to sit on the flag, and his service is only shouting. And then, no, Prabhuji gave a nice purport, So Arjuna was sitting in the chariot, and he was like very morose. And Hanuman could have got down and told, "No, my lord, you forgot my power. Like, no, single-handedly I smashed everything in the battle of Ramayana. This guy, like, he's a puny guy, and he's sitting in, head down and things like that. Isko side karo, main karta hu sara kaam." So the devotee is like that. He's so powerful, Like Hanuman is so powerful, and it's beyond compare. Like, he is having the power. Many times, many-fold of Hanuman, and he is having skill of many-fold of Arjuna. He is like uncomparable warrior. Like, ये वो scene में उतरेगा तो like, एक हाथ में ऐसे सब साफ करके चले जाएंगे. So, but then, like, Hanuman was given the service. तुम उधर बैठ के like खाली चिल्लाना है. And I was okay, fine. This is my service. I'll do. And a less important devotee, less powerful devotee, less skillful devotee. We can put it in this way. A less skillful devotee is put as the hero, and he will be the main person. And this highly powerful devotee is sitting there and like flag mein and chilla raha hai. And he's okay. Bhagwan nahi seva diya, like seva diya, that is important thing. I have got a service, that is very important thing. I'll be happily doing it. So this is a very amazing point. So devotees, like, actually they are always happy just by relishing that I have got some service, to perform. Sometimes the Lord gives him a prominent role. In the Battle of Ramayana, he was given prominent role, and in the Battle of Kurukshetra, he was given a side role. He is happy in both ways. And he is not thinking, oh, Lord is favoring him, not favoring me. No, that is not this one. So always they are thinking that, okay, Lord has given me some service. I will happily render that service. Right?
మన ఇండియాలో మనం చేస్తాము అప్పుడు అలానే కావాలి మన ఇండియాలో అవన్నీ మనం ఎప్పుడైతే చేయిస్తాము అప్పుడు అందరినీ కామన్గా చూడగలుగుతాం సమానంగా.
Yeah, that is when we can actually. So when we conquer our senses, that is when we will be able to see everyone equally. Nice point.
I have a question. So in lecture you were discussing about the person who is renounced, who does not want control, he does not want. So he should be the one who should be given responsibility.
No, he will naturally get control.
Okay, naturally. But we also discussed that Kshatriyas have natural tendency
To control, and they will control. So that is there. That's a natural occupation. So, but Kshatriyas also, there are sometimes what happens, people don't have the quality of Kshatriya. So they don't have taste for solving problems. Like they, when problems come, they become too much agitated and things like that and all. And then they react in a different way. So, but then they also want control.
So if someone is very renounced and they are given control, like
They'll be like Yudhishthira Maharaj. But then renounced, also having Kshatriya qualities.
okay,
Also having Kshatriya.
like administration, have a state, a country, so a skill should also be there.
Also having Kshatriya qualities. So like, for example, in this case, there is this one, what is that, our Srivas Thakur. He was completely involved in bhajan. And Lord told, this guy is not fit for managing family. Like, koi aur uska family ko sambhalna padega. So like that. Sometimes a nice devotee, but then he is not fit for a particular service. It's okay. So somebody else can help him in that service. ठीक है, so it's time. अंतर्राष्ट्रीय भागवतम की जय, गौर भक्तवृंद की जय, श्री प्रभुपाद की जय.